We are not in the Midwest anymore. Today, this Midwest girl is thrifting in New Mexico. We're actually over 1,000 miles away from home in Santa Fe. And I am so excited to see what thrifting is like here.
According to my research and from AJ's family, the local thrift stores are a little expensive. They're a little bit more like vintage pieces and stuff, but I came to a Savers to see how it compares. My wish list today is cowgirl boots is the main thing. I feel like we have a really good chance of finding some here. I'd love to find dresses, bright colors, you guys already know, and some graphic tees. I feel like I need a graphic tee in my life, so okay, let's get thrifting. The carts have little things on them. Oh my gosh.
You guys, this Savers was massive. I was so excited to dig in, and we started in the dresses because this is the thing I've been wanting to build in my collection, is just having a bunch of dresses to throw on in the spring and summer. Unfortunately though, a lot of these were crazy short, like this one, so cute but so short, and just know I'm not going to wear it if it's that short. This is not just a New Mexico thing though. This also happens in the Midwest, where I find all these short dresses that are super cute, and it's just really hard to thrift a good maxi dress. I do feel like New Mexico had a lot more dresses in general, which was really fun to look through. I had a lot of fun seeing all the different prints and colors. They definitely were a lot more vibrant than they are in the Midwest, and like I said, just a lot more options in general to look through. Which, being that New Mexico is in the desert and it's almost an eternal summer, it makes a lot of sense that there is more dresses than in the Midwest, where it's cold for half the year. Now normally I don't go to the shoes until last, but I needed to go there first to see if there's any good cowgirl boots. I was so excited because I thought today might just be the day. I loved how much personality all of these shoes had in New Mexico. I feel like too, with the warmer weather, you can kind of get away with having more fun shoes like this one. I don't know what it is about the gems on there, but I love these. There truly was so much color and sparkle and personality to all of these shoes. It was so fun to look at, and I feel like you can definitely see the vibe reflected in the shoes with all the leather and the weaving and the different designs on the shoes. You could definitely tell that this was New Mexico desert vibes. However, after all of this searching, I still hadn't found a pair of cowgirl boots yet.
Are these the only boots they have? I don't know where else.
Not a single cowgirl boot to be seen, and honestly I think Texas kind of ruined me, because thrifting there when I lived there was always a pair of cowgirl boots to thrift, and I kind of thought since New Mexico is kind of similar vibes that there would for sure be something here. But something I brought here from the Midwest to Santa Fe is the awkward Midwest grid. Also, I realized I didn't even tell you guys why I am in Santa Fe in general, but AJ's family, they all lived in Texas and are from Texas, but AJ's mom's side of the family moved to New Mexico a year and a half ago. AJ and I were actually here in January, and now we're back in July, but I had never actually thrifted here before, and AJ's family was super nice and let me thrift and see what it was all about here. Which, as you can see, there wasn't a ton in the shirts that was really calling to me or that was in my style. A lot of it was outdated or really crazy, like outdated prints. And actually I was kind of shocked to see that I didn't recognize a lot of the brands here, or a lot of the shirts didn't even have a tag on them. But I will say the prices here at the Savers was probably the lowest I had ever seen. I saw so many $2.99 tags, and I feel like in the Midwest that is just so rare, so that was definitely a big win for the Savers in Santa Fe. You can see in this shot kind of what I mean with the style of shirts. They all just look 10 years behind, and no offense if you like this style, but for me it's just not what I love. But it was comforting to know that even in Santa Fe there is a Shein item here and there. But to be fair, you guys have heard me say the exact same thing about thrift stores in the Midwest, where it literally feels like someone from 15 years ago dropped off all of their things and I'm just sorting through all of it. Another thing that seems to be the same through all thrift stores is shirts that look like this, the straight out of Compton shirts. I see those all the time. I ended up finding a pink shirt to try on. You guys know I've been trying to find the perfect shade of pink, and then AJ and my brother-in-law had some finds to show me.
What'd you find? That's so random. For what?
I don't know. It's just funny.
That's funny. It's cool.
I know, yeah, and then that's a...
It's even cheaper.
Yeah.
It's a little Texas one. I feel like Texas is always everywhere. It's cute.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
Josh had the idea of leaving it in the office. That would just be funny.
That would be funny. I like that.
I was really hoping to find a fun graphic tee here, but as you can see, the graphic tees are a little bit not my vibe. They're very artsy, very outdoorsy, very yoga vibes, and that's just not the kind of graphic tee that I want. So you can kind of see here some of the shirts that there are. I did find this one, which I thought might work.
Oh my gosh, I almost want to get this.
So even though it was a joke, this was really the only graphic tee that I found. As you can see, again, they're kind of mystical, and that just isn't my vibe that I want on a shirt. There was a couple unique options for skirts, like this one. I thought it was kind of cool. Not, again, my vibe. I don't really like a pleated tennis skirt look. There's also this one from Aerie, but if you felt it, it felt really slippery, and I don't love that. And I thought this aquamarine kind of denim skirt was fun. But overall, nothing I loved enough to throw in the cart. So here's a little cart check so far. Now we are in the long sleeve blouses, long sleeve shirts. I feel like in the Midwest, you can always use a long sleeve. Look at the prices of this, $249 for a nice thermal like that. I think that's crazy. I also hadn't heard of this brand before. It looked vintage. I always love the vintage tags. I think they look so fun. And I know that denim vests are kind of trending right now, so I found this one from Levi's. It still had the tags on it and everything. And in New Mexico, I actually saw 2 girls, actually maybe 3, wearing a denim vest, and it looked so good. I know a lot of you guys had suggested me wearing a denim vest with things, and I don't know if it's going to be one of those trends that I'll just not wear eventually, or if it's a timeless thing, but it would be fun to thrift one so it's not too expensive and I can kind of try it out. And I wish I needed this Patagonia button up. It was only $7 in such good quality and is very much New Mexico style. Like it fits the vibe so well, but I definitely didn't need it, so we passed on it. Because Santa Fe is such an adventurous hiking city, they had a lot of good flannels and button ups and everything, so I do feel like that was definitely really good. But I didn't find as good of crew necks or hoodies, but I did find this one that I definitely tossed in the cart. Super cute. And actually AJ had a couple shirts that he was super excited to show me that he found.
This one's cool.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Just the Huckster.
Yeah, I like that.
So
If you'll wear.
actually get this one.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good deal. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
But it's like kind of funny. Ooh, this is, I mean, maybe it's kind of weird.
I decided to do another look over at the dresses because there was a section that someone was in when I was here that I didn't get to look through. Really, this was the only option that I kind of liked, but it was a little bit big, so we left it behind. I saved pants and jeans for last because I don't necessarily need any pants or jeans. You guys kind of know this. I definitely am in more need of tops and dresses and things, but I felt like it would be incomplete to not look through them when in Santa Fe and see kind of what they have. Like these pants, you would probably never find in the Midwest. They were screen printed though. Like I wish you could feel how horrible the quality was, but again, they're marking them for $3. And then they had these linen-y pants, again, no brand name, but still $2.99, which wasn't bad. However, I felt like everything in my cart I wasn't crazy about.
I don't know how I feel.
But I feel like every time I end up saying that, I end up finding something amazing.
Wait, no way. Oh my gosh. These could be perfect. You guys, I'm freaking out. Okay, things have turned. This is crazy. Jeans might be where it's at. Those look fun. Oh my gosh, look how wide they are.
The tops in New Mexico might not be the vibe, but the bottoms, they are doing something right here. There are so many brands that I hadn't heard of and such good quality and unique styles. I was genuinely so shocked. This was so exciting for me, and I found this pair that I thought could work.
I need to stay away from the jeans, but I just cannot.
I also have been loving the idea of a blue pair of pants like this, and they had a couple options of these in New Mexico, just none in my size. These Urban Outfitter boot cut jeans, I almost tried on, but I was like, you know what? We already have 2 pairs of jeans to try on, and I really don't need anymore. Honestly, I couldn't even remember what I had in my cart at this point, but I was super excited for our first little try on in Santa Fe, New Mexico. The first piece that we tried on was this cute yellow gingham sundress, which was marked pretty high for not having a tag and not knowing what brand it was. Based on the fabric, I'm pretty sure it was Shein because it felt like 100% polyester. It also was a little bit bigger of a size, so the corset part wasn't fully tight against me. It also was just short. Like, you guys know how I feel about short dresses, and so this was enough. But as I turned around, I saw this dress on the rack that I had missed. It is so cute. It's very summery, vibey, and you guys know how I feel about this blue color. And also about this blue color, this crew neck was so cute. It definitely had a vintagey, like harder feel, but it felt really good quality. And I love this lighter aquamarine color. I brought this up in my dye in my clothes video that I love this color. I think it's so pretty and summery. And even though I got rid of a lot of crew necks, I'm still trying to be really selective of which ones I add. I figured this denim vest was going to be a little bit big, but I still wanted to try it on for fun, and I'm really glad I did because actually all of us were really impressed with how cute it looked with this outfit. And I think seeing it, I could see myself actually wearing a denim vest at some point. I just don't know how often I would. This pink tee was actually from the Gap, and I would say it felt a lot better quality than it looked. It was a little bit big. I wish it was a little bit more cropped, and I still was trying to decide if this was the right pink color for me. I really don't know, so I'm going to have to keep experimenting with this. I thought this was cute, but just a little too oversized for what I'm going for. This t-shirt was from Universal Thread, which is a Target brand if you don't know. This definitely had a better fit. I like the crop. I like that it's boxy. I like the pink color too. I still wasn't sold on it though. I don't know. I feel like it needs a little something different. I don't know if it needs more warmth, more vibrancy. I don't know, but we ended up passing on it, especially since it's just a brand from Target. I can't believe we found something orange here. This top was so cute and fun. All the buttons were in place. I was a little nervous about that. This actually fit me super well. It was a little wrinkly, which I wasn't a fan of, and definitely the style is pretty obnoxious. Like, it's not showing up as orange as it was in person. This was really, really bright. I do feel like I already have enough orange now, finally, so I ended up passing on this. It was a pretty good deal though. It was only $4. I am so bummed that this waffle knit was in a kid's size because the sleeves were so short, but the color was so beautiful. Look at this color on me. I just feel like this looks so good. I'm really glad though my brother-in-law Josh pointed out this tear that was already in the sleeves, and since the sleeves are so short and it's just not really a summertime shirt, we decided to pass, even though it's $2, and that is such a good deal. Next up were these striped linen, I think, pants. They were actually really fun. These also didn't have a brand name on them, so I'm guessing they're probably from Shein or something like that, but I was surprised that I liked them like this even when they weren't super wide leg, because I am addicted to wide leg things, but these actually were really cute, fit really well, and again, for $3, not a bad deal at all. I was hoping that these Everlane jeans would fit, and you guys, they fit like a dream. Watching this back, I'm actually so pumped about this. This is crazy. These jeans run at around like $150 a pair, and the fact that they fit me so well and that I felt so confident in them. I remember when I lived in Austin, I would go in the Everlane store and wish that I could get some of their denim jeans all the time. AJ and I would try them on, and I would just wish that there would be an excuse for me to get a pair. So the fact that we found these here, AJ and I were just so excited. Moments like this are peak thrifting and truly the reason why you keep on digging. Next, we tried on the H&M pair of jeans, and you guys, these fit really well too. I was even more conflicted because I thought about these for jorts because they're so wide, but I actually love the way they fit normally. I love a wider, baggier pair of jeans, and these did that without feeling too overwhelming. Genuinely, I was so shocked that I was trying to decide between two pairs of jeans today. This was just not the plan at all. AJ did notice a stain kind of above the knee on these, which wasn't too bad, and if I did make them into jorts, I think, you know, it would obviously just get chopped off. I was trying to visualize what they would look like as jorts. Would they be wide enough? And I definitely think they'd be a lot wider than the other ones I DIY'd, so we might be back in business. Next, we tried on the dress I found last minute. This one was so fun, but AJ was not a big fan of this. He said he didn't like how shapeless it was, but I love that. I feel like it's shapeless, but also feeling not too baggy or anything. I also love the neckline and the sleeves. I think it looks super pretty. I do agree that the blue color does make it look a little bit more obnoxious than I think it is. Because AJ was so passionate about not liking it, I felt bad getting it, but you guys, I think I need to look for a sewing pattern to make a dress like this. I love this style, and I think in the right color and print, it would look amazing. And that is how it went for me thrifting at the Savers in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I had so much fun, but there definitely is no place like home, so it's time to fly back to Wisconsin and show you guys everything I got.
All right, you guys, we are back in the Midwest with a Santa Fe, New Mexico haul. So fun. I will say though, I do still think that thrifting in the Midwest is best. But thrifting in New Mexico still was super fun, and there were so many fun, unique gems. I'm just so excited to show you guys what we found. Before that though, I do want to just thank AJ's family for taking time out of our vacation to allow me to thrift. So fun. You guys are the best. So let's just jump into this Santa Fe, New Mexico haul. The first thing, which was truly stunning to me, is this pair of Everlane jeans. These are perfectly in my size, and when I saw these, I'm pretty sure my jaw dropped. I was like, no way. I know that I don't necessarily need more jeans, but I think my kryptonite is jeans. I love a pair of denim jeans that fit so perfectly. I think just because I've gone through so many pairs of jeans that don't, when I find a pair that do, it's so hard for me to say no to, especially when they're Everlane. This pair runs around $150 a pair. These are the way high sailor jean in a 25 crop. Except for on me, they don't crop too much. I feel like they hit at the most perfect length. They're thick and rigid yet stretchy, and they're in this really nice dark wash, which you guys have known that I've been loving. There's no tears in in them, which is always really nice. I feel like they're a perfect like high-waistedness where a lot of my crop tops I can still wear with these, but they're not too high up, I feel like, where I feel kind of weird. These ended up being $12.99 and I am still stunned that I found these. I don't know if I could have found these in the Midwest. I feel like this brand is pretty rare to find up here, honestly. This was the piece of the moment, and honestly, if I would have just found this, I would have been totally happy. Marked a little bit too high, but honestly, for a nice pair of jeans like this, I'm not complaining. The next piece I got was also another pair of jeans. I'm sorry. I had a really hard time in the shirts. They were marked super, super well. The lowest prices I had ever seen at Savers ever, but they weren't the best quality or styles that I prefer for me personally. So the tops were a bit hard, but the bottoms went hard. They had such good denim, and I had to snag this H&M denim pair of jeans. And my main thought on this is to cut these into jorts. They did have a little stain on the knee, which AJ saw. I don't think it's like the end of the world because I just loved how these jeans fit in general. I love the baggy wide leg look, the fray at the bottom, get no holes. I still love a holy jean, but it's nice to have some that don't. I love this wash. For H&M, this feels really, really nice. It feels soft, but yet weighted enough that it's not just super thin. But I thought because these went kind of wide, that these would be the perfect jorts. And these were only $5.99, and for a really nice pair of denim that fits me, that is a steal, $6. And I feel like these can make really good jorts. So I'm not sure if I want to cut them in this video or not because I kind of like them as they are. Okay, you guys, I truly think I'm a little too nervous to cut these. I think I'm gonna wait and see what you guys think. Do you think, also sorry, my neighbor is mowing their lawn. Do you think that I should cut these or keep them as jeans? What is your vote? They're so good. I kind of want to wait maybe to see if I choose to wear these as jeans pretty often or if I'm reaching towards my other pairs. I feel like I already need to go through my jeans again because adding 2 new pairs to the mix, I definitely feel like there's some jeans that I could get rid of and I would be fine. I think these are so nice and comfortable. I love a pair of jeans that feels like sweatpants and these feel like that. I don't know, let me know your thoughts. I think jorts would be cute too though. And I know that I need a pair of darker, longer shorts. Let me know your thoughts and then maybe we'll do it in a different vlog some other time, but I'm a little too scared to do it now. And the last piece that I got is a crew neck. Okay, jeans and crew necks are my kryptonite. Like those are the things that I just had the hardest time saying no to, and we just had to say yes to this, especially since I went through my crew necks recently. You can watch that video. I have just been wanting more colorful crew necks, and having more colorful ones just makes me feel so much happier. So I thought that this lighter aquamarine crew neck was perfect. I love how old it feels. It's fitted super well. It has this really narrow hem at the bottom, and so it kind of bunches up perfect. I love this light color. I feel like for the summer, this looks so pretty on me. I don't have anything in this color. It was only $6.29, and it's from the brand Guava Beach Resort Wear, and it's in a size medium. I just feel like this is gonna be a crew neck that I'm going to reach for over and over during the summertime. And I was really tempted, honestly, to wear it on this trip. I know that not everyone would be approving of this find because, yeah, it does have a few stains. I want to try and get them out. And I know that crew necks aren't everyone's cup of tea. I thought that this was the perfect kind of souvenir to remember Santa Fe, New Mexico. It's kind of like a Santa Fe crew neck without it saying Santa Fe. Like I'll always think of Santa Fe in summertime when I look at this crew neck. So I'm really excited about this, and I can pretty much guarantee that you will see me in this during the summer. All right, you guys, that is our Santa Fe, New Mexico haul. What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think of the haul, what we found? As a Midwest girly thrifting in Santa Fe, this was so fun to see just how different states do it and what the prices are like, what they have, what the vibe is. Santa Fe is definitely a different culture and style. Each place likes their own different brands and colors and everything. It was super fun to see as a Midwest girl who had never been thrifting in Santa Fe before. And in classic Midwest fashion, actually, I used my Savers rewards points and we got $8 off. So this ended up being a really good deal. AJ found a couple shirts, which is a miracle, and we got a couple mugs. So not a bad deal. I'll put the total here. Thank you so much for thrifting with me in a new location, very far away from home. Let me know if you like videos like this, and let me know if you live in New Mexico too, if you've ever gone thrifting there or anything, or where I should thrift next. I might not be able to go as far as New Mexico, but I would definitely be willing to drive to some really great thrifting locations. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I put up videos every Monday and Thursday, and I will see you guys in the next laundry chat. New Mexico, and I also really want and I also And I also really want to find some dresses. Let's go on.